Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Holy cow, what an amazing market. Isn't this just phenomenal? I mean, take a look at this here. Bitcoin dollars ripping higher. Most altcoins, including large market cap coins, down 5 to 10%, maybe even if not more. Like most coins are just hemorrhaging right now. So again, not necessarily the best environment to try to consider buying, but also you kind of got to buy the dips too, depending on where you're at with your coins, etc. We are coming into the support range here, at least tentatively, based on the last, maybe about 2 weeks worth of trading. We've seen this area retested about 4 times, this $2.90 to $3 range, okay? So this is literally the last leg of defense though, folks. There's not a lot of support underneath this area. So please, 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 if you're going to dollar cost average, don't put everything in right now. I think there's a distinct chance we see a little bit lower. All depends on Bitcoin, but coins like SUI are not responding well to the sell-off. So we'll mainly focus on dollar cost average targets today and some back-end liquidation data to kind of see what's going on. If there's any more incentive for the price to continue lower. Most coins have had majority of their liquidation levels swept completely. However, this coin being a very profitable coin does still have a lot of meat left on the bone. So you got to recognize we're in a position here where we can see 260 to 270 is probably going to be a pretty significant area of liquidation. So I think it might be safe to presume that a limit order somewhere in this area with a spot bag, not leverage by the way, with a spot bag between 240 and 260 may be an appropriate consideration. Again, just a big picture thing here, but there's a lot of incentive for the price to continue lower for this coin. Not a lot of reason for it to bounce. Again, seriously, we've only tested this level like once or twice in the last couple of weeks, and it's not really a strong support level. It hasn't been battle tested, if you will. Okay, so again, just know that that exists here. What also exists is that like button down below. Folks, make sure you hit that like button every time you watch my videos. It really helps grow the channel and gets us in front of more people so they can stop getting destroyed by moon boys telling you to take a long on every single turn. Granted, I took some longs here recently. Not perfect. Totally get it. It's a crap market. Every time we get confirmation, the price action turns right around on us. So swing trading can be notoriously much more difficult now than it has been in the previous months, right? So please just pump the brakes. It's okay to relax on the sidelines, let things cool down for right now because the market is on fire in a bad way, if you will, right? Again, depending if you're shorting your shirt off, different story, right? But again, all these false positives we keep getting, it keeps coming down lower. So we don't want to buy into that anymore. Taking a look here at liquidation delta, we can see massive amount of shorts here in this coin. Nothing really to take a long into. Again, DCA targets are a different story with a spot bag altogether, but I would recommend limiting your amount of leverage. There's not a lot of leverage here in this area. Like we can see a lot of free falls from coins right now where the open interest area is almost next to nothing. So until we start to see a lot more buying pressure, there's no reason to buy these dips. Again, minus maybe adding to your spot bag to average into your position. But again, from a leverage standpoint, it makes 0 sense. All right, so take a look here at the daily time frame. We're underneath all moving averages, volume weighted moving average. Under 50 in the RSI, stochastic swinging down, MACD diverging. There's not a single thing on all time frames. I can probably just spare you even just the verbiage alone, just trying to reaffirm just how terrible the market is. There's nothing really here to see that's wonderful. Okay. Now keep in mind again, we have some buying pressure here, so to speak, or areas in the past where the price has held very well between $2.90 and $3. Okay, so we're entering a support range. We're kind of right in the middle of it. There's a decent chance we bounce from here just because of how overextended things are. Okay. Bitcoin, same thing as well. It's overextended to the downside. It hasn't closed below 95,000 in 11 days. And even though we're underneath that level, there's still a decent chance we see the recovery to that level between now and the end of today's trading day. All that being said, if that were to happen, we'll probably see somewhat of recovery from SUI, but keep in mind, it hasn't shown any life signs at all. Like, look at this here. There's so much overextension. I mean, we've literally been pulling back since Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's 4 days of continuation to the downside with no correction whatsoever. That's garbage, right? That shouldn't happen. Normally at about 3 days, you see that pivot or that return. Yesterday, we should have saw this bounce with some range-bound activity, but again, Bitcoin's calling the shots. It's a terrible coin right now, and everything else is flopping with it, okay? So keep in mind, we've only corrected by 1.5% from Bitcoin, and most alts are down 5 to 10%. What does that tell you? It tells you don't take longs with altcoins. That's really the simple way to understand it. Even though a lot of them can bounce and recover quickly, and they probably will, at this point, we don't know where the bottoms are at, and we're tentatively in this bottom range, so yes, there is statistical likelihood of the price bouncing from here, but it's pretty low considering everything else is pulling back. There's like just money is getting ripped away from altcoins today, and it has been pretty much for the last 10 days straight. It just consistently just ripsaw up and down. It's a very, very difficult market to swing trade. Good news is my day trading bot's been able to kind of find a lot of good little gains here and there, but again, that was washed away with this sideways and down price action over the weekend because we got a lot of false positives, right? That's all the market is right now. So try not to fall into it. Wait on the sidelines, relax for a few days. It's okay. We're going to get where we need to go. Anyways, let's go ahead and summarize with some dollar cost average targets and call it a day here. Usually with DCA targets, you look at previous lows or highs that have either been retested or still have yet to be. We can see here previously, the previous high was about 235. It was tested twice. And then, of course, if you kind of zoom in, sorry, let's go ahead and zoom in for you. You can see it was retested 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, and it finally broke on day number 4. Okay, so 235 is a pretty significant DCA target for this coin. What that would do for us is that would put us at a position where all liquidation would have been swept, and decent chance we see a pivot or a bounce from there. And knowing the market too, it'll probably bounce off 236. Right? So when you set DCA targets, probably set them just a little bit above to ensure you get filled. So that's kind of where we're at there. Minus the local low at about 290, which we're seeing right now getting tested that range. 235 is that next available consideration. So what I'll do is I'll post a playout chart with our Twitter, Telegram, Discord. I'll have some DCA targets. I've been doing that here as well with with other altcoins, just so you know. DCA targets for Solana, 160, 135, for example. So I'm going to continue to post these as the market goes lower. And again, if this is what your spot bag looks like, I get it. It's just the way that it goes right now, folks. It's that pain point right now. And every time it happens, most people don't have enough money to be able to buy these dips, but these are the excellent times to buy. I'm not recommending you buy anything right now. I'm just saying in general, you want to buy the fear and sell the greed. And right now we're trending much more towards a fearish market. Last but not least, don't be afraid here. If you do have any funds left, of course, you get some nice deposit reward bonus using my link down below to register, or if you've had used my link in the past, you'll qualify. This is mainly for my community members here. Make sure you take advantage of that. This is available for the next 3 weeks. Cool. All right, folks, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.